There's a phrase in law enforcement, you're never off duty. Never was it more true than July 17, 1981. Deputy Warren Fairbanks was off duty, seated in his car. He was looking at some photographs he just retrieved from a Fotomat store. In show of hands, how many people remember Fotomat in this room? Explain it to anybody under 40, okay? They'll figure it out. Digital? What the hell's that? Well, while he's looking at the photos, he's also looking around him, and there were two men parking their car right behind him, watching the flow of activity at that Fotomat. Deputy Fairbanks observed one of these men get out of the car, enter the Fotomat, and he wasn't there to pick up photographs. What he did was pull a gun and take an envelope from the clerk, and there weren't photos inside it. It was cash. The driver of the car pulled right up to the entrance of the Fotomat. Deputy Fairbanks wrote down the license plate number of the suspect car on the outside of the envelope he had his pictures in. And then he got out and approached that car as that suspect, who was at that point an armed robber, was entering the car. He pulled his, great word here, service revolver. That's right, this is pre-semi-automatic pistols. This is wheel gun time, folks. As Kool Moe Dee called it, the Wild Wild West. Right, exactly. And shouted to the driver, "Freeze, Sheriff's Department." The passenger decided he wasn't going to go along with the program. 2 shots fired at this man, hitting him dead center in the chest with 1 round. He was also struck in the eyes by flying glass particles. He was knocked back on his backside, shook it off in a matter of seconds, on his feet, and said literally, if in the immortal words of Gloria Vanderbilt, "You're going to be rude to me, I am allowed to be rude back." And he fired several rounds at the suspect's car, wounding the driver. The passenger showed an incredible lack of courage. He ran. Didn't work. Eventually, both suspects were apprehended. Taking a bullet, taking glass fragments to the eyes, realizing you could be dead in the next 2 to 3 seconds, and finding the intestinal fortitude to stand up and say, "I am going to fight. I am going to live. These people are not going to hurt anyone else." All that got him incredible recognition from another agency, from the Service Employees International Union, a 1981 Valor Award. Because of administrative oversights involving a prior sheriff, whom I was familiar to know and who was a little remiss about these things, his actions were not properly recognized by the LA County Sheriff's Department. That lack of recognition ends tonight for quick and fearless response to an emergency and life-threatening situation. Deputy Warren Fairbanks is awarded the ALADS Medal for Bravery.